Coach Deborah has a passion and purpose to assist young men, ages 15 to 24, to overcome obstacles and build their best lives. She wants to see every young man live out their potential. She has a master's degree in human services counseling, with a major in life coaching. More importantly, she is the mother of 3 boys, who are exceptional, educated, professional men. Coach Deborah believes it is better to train early, rather than need to fix later. She utilizes basic principles and God-led concepts. Sometimes the only thing a young man has is their credibility or their name. The actions they take are based on the decisions they make. Those decisions align with their choices and result in consequences. Coach Deborah can assist you if you are lost, floundering, or confused. Embrace the help and start building your best life today.
Good evening and welcome to Build Your Best Life. I'm Coach Deborah and this is Thursday Live. So thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate all of the prayers, the comments, the shares, everything that you do on behalf of Build Your Best Life. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we just love those shares. So make sure that you also turn on those notifications so you'll know each and every time that we go live. And if you have not already done so, please also subscribe to our Build Your Best Life YouTube page. You never know when kinks will come up or pop up on YouTube and we have to do a shift. So I don't want you to miss any of the content. So please subscribe to my Build Your Best Life YouTube page. Again, thank you for joining us as we talk about these blueprints for success this year. And of course, the month of August, which is almost out, we are talking about blueprint for next level education. Blueprint for next level education. And as we talk about education, I know a lot of it has been towards the students and each and every person, regardless of generation that you're from, and what things can make you better and build that successful life. But how do we get there? Someone has to teach us, impart knowledge into us, mentor us. What about those people? So I thought it would be a great idea today if we would talk about memorable educators. Memorable educators. Now, I don't know about you, but I can think of a lot, but 2 that really stick out. And I'll talk about them later. But what I did last week, I asked some people to let me know if you had a memorable educator, tell me who they were and why. So I did receive some responses. So I'll be sharing those today as we talk about memorable educators. So educators are just like everyone else. They have unique personalities. They're their own people. They have their likes and their dislikes. They have their way of teaching, rewarding, and being a disciplinarian, right? They have their own style. So as you think about them having their own style, it's just one of them, but they are teaching casting out information to most times a group of individuals. And that group of individuals has different personalities, different learning styles. Some have disabilities. Some just, hey, you want to be the class clown for whatever. So there are a lot of different dynamics going on with that one educator. But let's talk today about some of the things that make those people memorable. Why were they memorable? Now, I can just imagine even before I began to receive responses, someone might say, because that person cared. They not only cared about me getting the information about that particular subject, but they cared about me, the person. If I missed a day, they let me know, hey, I missed you. And I was able to make up that work. Nothing unfair to anyone else, but I knew that they cared about me as a person. Others may say they not only prepared me for the subject that they taught, or if it was in elementary school, all the branch of information that they taught, but they also taught me something that I could take forward to the future. And that to me is next level, because someone can just say, hey, this is my curriculum. This is what I'm required to teach. That's all I'm going to do, and leave it at that. They can decide not to impart any wisdom and not tell you how to be respectful, how to memorize information, how to go research information. They can just be a person that wants to give out the least information that they have to give out. But many go above and beyond. Another source, they got to know me, the person. When I was in that class, I was homeless. I was a child in a home with a single parent. I was responsible for my siblings. But they got to know me, and they understood why sometimes I looked tired. They knew sometimes why, I couldn't wait till lunchtime, or they heard my tummy. They got to know me, the one student. They made it easy to understand. Sometimes people can be rigid. You get that in an educator that is monotone. It's just like anything else. Give me somebody that's monotone, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Especially if it's a class and you're trying to take notes or whatever, and they're monotone, and you just like, oh my goodness. But that person that goes out of the way to make you understand something that you are struggling with, that is someone to me that's memorable. They noticed a special gift that you possessed. You may have had the gift of writing. They would give out an English assignment, and you just articulated that assignment. Your words just flowed together. You made it easy to read. Easy A. You hadn't even noticed. You just thought that you were doing your classwork. But they took the time to acknowledge that, hey, you have a gift. One day you are going to be a great writer, an editor, author, or something of that nature. Words just come freely to you. Wow. They encouraged me. And then I think I mentioned this earlier. Sometimes there may be something that someone is teaching and you just don't get it. They try and try and try. They're teaching it differently. They're using visual aids. They're using auditory aids. They're using rewrite techniques, but you're just not getting it. But they took the time to say, hey, have you ever tried this? Have you ever done it this way? And the light comes on and you get it. That, to me, is next level education, and that was a memorable educator. So why not honor them, some of them today? If you had one, you can go ahead and put it in the chat. Even though you didn't send it to me early, you can go ahead and put those in the chat. But for those who did respond, we're going to talk about some of these now. Okay, I had one young man, and he said his most memorable educator was Miss Dowling. And she was memorable because she was always nice and welcoming. So that tells me a lot of the other instructors were not nice. Or they was just, business. I'm here to teach. I'm teaching. Hey, goodbye. And that's it. But Mrs. Dowling was nice and she was welcoming. So there might be a lot of educators in Florida, in Jacksonville. Miss Dowling, she may not be around anymore, but kudos to all the Miss Dowlings. This one is one of the ones that I've mentioned her before as one of my most memorable educators. And I'm going to give two, but this is one, and this was the first one. This was my 6th grade elementary school teacher. And when I was in grade school at 6th grade, we then went to junior high and middle high school. And her name, she's deceased now, but her name was Mrs. Alma K. Pinckney. Let me tell you, I was afraid of that lady. And just about everybody in our class was afraid of her because she didn't play. She was there to teach. She was serious about us learning. She wanted us to get it. She didn't want us to be jiving around when we needed to be learning. So she was strict. Didn't have a problem with that because she was trying to make sure we got it. But being afraid of her, yes. But not only did she teach us and make sure that we understood, she wanted us to be equipped for junior high school. She also gave us some little nuggets of wisdom. I almost got in trouble at home for one of them, but she always gave us those words. One of them was how you act around people. She said, when y'all get the age that y'all are, you begin to think you're a little bit more mature than you are, and you don't want to speak when you get around people. You putting on airs and you think you're more than you are. You should always speak to people. You should always smile and be nice. Hello. When you speak to someone, let them know. Be respectful. Never disrespect anybody else, especially if it's someone that is in authority. But this is where I almost got in trouble at home. She told us always look presentable. Never go out of the house with bedroom shoes on. Bedroom shoes are for the bedroom. Never go out of the house with hair rollers in your hair or bonnets on your head. Never, ever do that. And so, like I said, I was afraid of this teacher, but it made sense to me. If you're going out, you never know what's going to happen. Always be presentable. You don't know who you will meet. So, first time I had my hair in rollers and my mom told me to go to the store. And I was like, I can't go to the store. Why you can't? If you don't get your butt out of here and go to the store. No, Miss Pinckney said. I don't give a flip what she said. No, but she said we cannot go out. I took the rollers out of my hair before I went anywhere. And from that day forward, I got to get dressed before I go out. People tease me sometimes. Well, where you going? Why you look like that? Hey, she said, be presentable when you go out. I don't go out looking any type way. I don't go out with slippers and things like that on my feet. They're for the house. And so when I see young ladies, hey, why you in church? Why you got those on? Well, I'm going to change, but those are for the bedroom. Why did you even wear them in church? So that is why I admired Mrs. Alma K. Pinckney. All right. And if you just joined us, we are talking about memorable educators and the part that they may have played in your life when you were younger, or things that they may have done that you have taken away with you and you still remember and you still honor what they taught you. The next one is Miss Brianna, and this came from little Delicia Thomas. And she said her favorite teacher was Miss Brianna, And that was her third grade teacher at John E. Ford Elementary School, a Montessori school. And she said she liked Miss Brianna because Miss Brianna was a very confident person. Hey, now this is coming from a 10-year-old saying she liked this teacher because she was confident. So that tells me that Miss Brianna taught her how to be confident, and she is. She is, like I said, she's only 10, but she can run her own stuff. She knows how to organize, invite you to something that she's having. If she's on a fundraiser, she don't need her parents to do it. She can handle it herself. So I know that Miss Brianna taught her confidence. So yes, she was a member, or is a memorable educator. So thank you, Mrs. Brianna. The next one that I'm going to talk about is in the Bahamas, in Nassau, and her name is Mrs. Creary. C is Creary. I want to say Cleary, but it's not Cleary. Siri, and she taught English, language, and literature. And this is from Anastasia Smith. She says, I was in 11th grade, and the assignment was based on the book Animal Farm. The assignment was to write a speech as the pig Napoleon running for the position of head of the farm. I had to state why I wanted the position, what I would do when I got this position, and encourage my classmates to vote for me at the end of class. Because of my quiet and reserved nature, I took this assignment very seriously, and I knew I needed to not only write my speech, but practice it over and over again. She says, I walked in front of the class and presented it with as much diction and conviction as I could muster at the podium. At the end, there was complete silence. So I took my paper and started to walk away. Then I heard this huge outburst of screaming and applause. It was her. So very shocked and stunned at the presentation from this quiet little girl that she hardly ever heard a word from. She talked to me after class and told me how proud of me she was and how much power my words held. That was the beginning of my love for the English language and education as a profession. That one experience strongly influenced the course of my life. How amazing is that? And I'm just reading this for the first time, but it comes as no surprise now that Anastasia is so articulate. I mean, you give her something at the end of the day, and the next day you're going to have a conversation about it, and she just flows like she's been practicing it for 2 months. So she has that gift. And, you know, we talk a lot of times about people and you don't know that gift. And I think I mentioned earlier when I was giving you traits of a memorable educator, that they will recognize those gifts that you have that you don't even recognize. So thank you, Miss Carey, for recognizing the gifts in our Anastasia Smith, and she is using them. So thank you so much. I love this. And she didn't send it to me in time, but my granddaughter, and I can't remember the name of the teacher she said, but she has a memorable teacher, and she said because she is very, very nice and she loves to give out hugs. And you may think, well, why is that a reason to remember an educator? What's so big about that? How many of you can think back when you were a child, or some of you younger ones not so long ago, that you never ever got a hug? There are thousands and thousands of children that leave home every day. They not only don't get a hug, they don't get an encouraging word. Now, my granddaughter, I know she does, because her dad, he makes sure he gets home from work to encourage her and her sister, and her mom always gives them encouraging words, make sure that they have all the fuel they need to go and have an amazing day. But to get there with all the educators, so she's in the 4th grade, so she's had about 4 plus 3 plus probably about 7 or 8 teachers so far. So this particular teacher takes the time to hug the kids. So to me, that too is next level education. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so sorry I don't remember that teacher's name, but it is amazing. We thank you so much. About 5, it's amazing. So if you did not tell us who your most memorable educator was, I'm sorry you missed the opportunity. But you did have an opportunity. I gave y'all over a week to get with me and let me know who that most memorable educator was. Hey, son, who was your most memorable educator, a teacher?
My parents.
He said his parents, so that makes me feel good. So I taught him a lot of good and memorable things. I did try to teach him wisdom. I tried to teach him how to be a good employee, always be early for work, always go to work even when you don't feel your best, push yourself, always treat people like you want to be treated, and go, go, go. And he has done it, and he has done amazing on his job. So I feel like I'm a memorable educator. So again, thank you so much for tuning in today. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to join us here at Build Your Best Life. Please join us Saturday morning for Saturday Morning Reel. And I'm going to have to spell this one out to you. But it's Noitacude. And you got to check it out Saturday to find out why I have to spell it for you. But it's Noitacude is important. That is important. So tune in Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That will be 8:30 Central Standard Time for Saturday Morning Reel. We will be here. And remember, this year we are declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives. Why? Because God wants you to have prosperity. He does not want you to have despair or anything else that's not pleasing unto him. And he also wants you to have a future that you hope for. So please design your blueprint for success based on the plans that God has given you. Put in the work. You got to put in the work and build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. I will see you Saturday morning, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time and 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.